Hey guys, guess who? It's Miss Judy again, and I'm here with you today to go over lesson 4 of our chapter 4, which is over life cycles. But before we do our lesson today, I want to review some things that I have on the board. It looks a little different than it did the past couple of days. I've changed it up a little bit just to have some information that we've done so far. Okay, right away at the top, you see our 2 vocabulary words, life cycle, which is how living things grow and change, and nymph, a young insect without wings. Couple of notes that I've written down. Plants and animals are living things, and a young horse is called a foal. And then as you can see, I have 3 drawings showing the 3 life cycles that we've talked about so far. This first one here is being the life cycle of a sea turtle. Remember, they start out as eggs. Remember, she buries those eggs in the sand to protect them, to keep them safe from predators. And what do they use to hatch with? Yes, they use that special tooth that then falls out. They don't need it anymore. And they become, and they're a baby turtle. And then they will eventually grow to become an adult turtle, and which will have a family of their own. And then that cycle continues. Over here, yesterday, we talked about the foal, a horse. A foal is a baby horse. It'll grow into a young horse before it becomes the adult horse. And then again, that cycle will continue. And then up here we have the dragonfly life cycle. They start out as eggs, remember, in the water. Okay? And when they hatch, they are a nymph. And then they become the adult dragonfly, which will have young on their own. And that cycle will continue. Okay. Today we're going to talk about lesson 4. It's on page 112. Okay, it looks like this. We're going to talk about how some young animals are like their parents. So go ahead and find this page 112, 113 in your science books, and we're going to go over it together. Our pictures have information written beside them in the small black print. Remember, those are always important to read also. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to read it, and I want you to follow along and read with me. How are young animals like their parents? Young animals often look like their parents in shape and color. Yet some young animals look different from their parents. Okay, let's think about that. Young animals look like their parents in shape and color. Well, yeah, when you think of baby animals like cats and dogs, they are the same shape as their parent. And sometimes they're usually the same color. Okay, so let's talk about our pictures. Okay, so the first picture we have, we're going to talk about are these penguins right here. Okay. So right here it says young penguins are covered with fuzzy down feathers. The feathers become white and black as the penguins grow. Okay, so let's look at those penguins. Do they have the same shape? Yes, they're the same shape. Are they the same color? No, not yet. The baby penguin has dark gray feathers. And as it grows, then those feathers will change into black and white feathers just like the adult. Okay? So here's an example of that. They have the same shape, but right now they're not the same color. Okay? Only as that baby penguin grows will then they be the same color. Okay, look at the bottom. You have the kittens. These kittens all have the same parent, yet they look different from each other. How are they different? Is it the shape or the color? Well, it's the color, of course. You can tell they're all the same shape, okay? But they're different colors. So here's another example of that, okay? The animals may have the same shape, but they may not all be the same color. As you can tell from the picture, 2 of the kittens are the same color, okay? But the other 2 are different, okay? Now, our other picture is about the giraffe. And we're going to read about the giraffe on the top of page 113. Okay, so follow along with me as I read that. Giraffes have brown spots. Each giraffe has its own pattern of spots. No two patterns are the same. The spots on the adult giraffe are darker than the spots on its young. Okay, so take a good close look at those pictures there of the giraffes. Okay, you can tell the adult giraffe, his spots are darker brown than the young one. Okay, so their spots are a different color. Okay, and then they don't have the same pattern. Okay, their shapes, their patterns aren't the same shape. They're a different form. Okay, but giraffes do have the same shape of their bodies. Their bodies are the same shape, but their coloring is a little bit different. The adults have darker brown spots in them. Okay, so let's read these two pages again, page 112, 113, and then we're going to go over some review questions with it. How are young animals like their parents? Young animals often look like their parent in shape and color. Yet some animals look different from their parents. Giraffes have brown spots. Each giraffe has its own pattern of spots. No two patterns are the same. The spots on the adult giraffe are darker than the spots on its young. Okay, so let's talk about the pictures one more time. Okay, look at the picture of the penguins. Okay, the penguins have the same shape, but what's different about them? Yes, the color is different. The baby penguin has dark gray feathers, and as it grows, then they will turn into the black and white feather, just like the adult. And then their life cycle will continue. Look at the kittens. Again, what is different about them? Yeah, the color, at least for two of them, okay? You have a yellow and a black cat, and then the other two are the same. So, sometimes they are the same color, sometimes they're the different color, but they all have the same shape. And same for the giraffes. They have the same shape. Their bodies are the same shape. But what's different about the giraffes? Their spots, okay? They don't share the same pattern, design of spots, and the adults have darker brown spots, where the young one are light colored spots, okay? So think about that when you've seen kittens and puppies. You know, you may have some that are the same color and some that are different color. They all may be the same color. They all may be a different color, but they all have the same shape. Okay? Good job, guys. Let's look at your worksheet. All right, your words in the top box are pattern, same, shape, and different. Okay, so let's talk about those. On patterns, we talked about the patterns on a giraffe. For the word same, we talked about how animals are the same shape, and sometimes they are the same color. When you think about those two kittens that are the same color. There's the word shape, okay? Puppies are the same shape as a grown dog, just smaller. Okay, kittens are the same shape, just smaller. That baby penguin in our book was the same shape, just smaller. And then the last word is different. Okay, we talked about how, like the kittens are different colors. We talked about how the giraffes have different shape of spots on their bodies. Okay, so you will use those words to complete the top part of your worksheet, using each word one time to complete your sentence. And on the bottom, you have a picture of an adult giraffe. beside it, in the empty box, I want you to try and draw a picture of a baby giraffe. Now, my kids in my classroom know I am not Miss Luella. I am not an art teacher, okay? So, what I've done in the past is I've told my kids, maybe just kind of draw the head. Draw a long neck and put a head over it. All right, sorry about that, guys. But maybe just draw a long neck, okay? Put some spots on it, and then what I want you to do is to color those spots a light brown color, okay? And then on the adult giraffe, if you want to try and color those spots, you can, okay? But make sure if you do that they are a dark brown color, okay? So that's your worksheet for lesson 4. I hope I've helped you with this and the other videos I'm making. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Bye.